This is what we got going on so far. Something Chicago. Pretty cool. I don't know what it is, but it's a Boston. It's a start. So we're gonna give her a little while here. Well, hey everybody. Yes, like I said, I would be back this weekend. And today I spent about 3 hours or so out in the woods and did some digging with my boys at a site of mine that I found quite a while ago now, but I didn't really get into it until recently. I don't know. It's rough. It's a lot of clay and tons of glacial till rocks and all that. I live up here in northeast Wisconsin, so there's, glacial deposits everywhere on the land. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a farm field or out at the beach. It's rough going at times. So here are the few things we found. Some bottle tops. They cleaned up nice, and I see these. Especially, I love the old corks and meds going in a frame of mine. This one's cool. I thought it was a typical pickle jar or something. There's literally no visible seams on this thing as far as on the neck. Pretty neat. It's almost like lead glass too. It's very heavy. This one I found, I'm like, what is this? It's got the lid on it, and it's from the Lewis Brothers Incorporated, and there's a star, New York, and a star after that. Well, I found out it's a hair tonic bottle from about the mid 1920's, and a friend gave me an idea, and I was like, what's up with the screw? It was like a little sprayer thing or something. And there's some embossing in there in that inner part of the lid, but this doesn't screw off. It's like it's pressed on there. So I'm just going to leave it. Why mess with it? This came out scraping with the rake. I'm assuming that's a pill vial. I like it. Only when I have similar. Boyd's jar lid, dime a dozen deal. This jar, I believe it started to melt. Yeah, that's not normal. And this iridization, it's almost like crazy, like copper in there or something. It's odd. And it was full of really gross, chunky dirt. And I cleaned it out in this little basin, and my son says, like, Mom, it's like floating turds. And they are. I don't know what those were that were in it. Like nuts, maybe? From a long time ago. They're almost, I don't want to touch them really. No. I did earlier, unfortunately. But they're like little bits of charcoal or something. So I don't know if they're nuts or pieces of candy. Kind of looks like a candy jar. But I've heard of the nut jars being similar. Speaking of candy jars, best find of the day. Bunty. It's German brothers founded this candy company in Chicago back in, I think it was the 1860's. I could be wrong. Please don't quote me on that. But this is a fluted candy jar, and it is so pretty and almost mint. There's the base. It's a KG glass mark, I believe. I haven't looked that up. I honestly never heard of it. Yeah, I think this might turn purple. It's very cool. There's a long history with this company. There's a lot of archives about their candy and the competitive nature of the candy business back in the early 1900s, especially. It got pretty wicked from what I've read. So, one of the last things, I really wish this had been whole. It's a Hamlin wizard oil panel off of, I think it's a quack medicine from the late 1800s. I kept it because it said wizard. I was like, how cool is that? I showed my sons and they thought that was awesome. So yeah, put it in a frame or something, but maybe someday any of us will find a whole one. I have never seen anybody dig one of these, to be honest, of all the videos I've ever watched on this YouTube, you know? So, all right, so I'm going to leave you with this one last torturous clip to watch. It's about 2 minutes of torture of me digging out one of the bottles, which is only one of 3 whole ones I found today, I believe. Yeah. Is what it is. I try and dig at these things like a paleontologist, you know, especially when they're so hard to find like they were today in this dump. My boys, they really worked hard today, and I'm proud of them for that. And they had their moments with each other where there was some arguing and fighting and stuff like that. And I'm just like, knock it off. Mom had to lay down the law. But overall, I think we enjoyed the afternoon outside. It was a really windy, warm day out in the woods. So, all right.
I can see the embossing. I see it. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? You can see the embossing on it.
Yeah, it's just a piece. I don't even know.
It's just like,
This is hard to dig in here.
it's like the size of the one I got, kind of. Almost.
Come on, baby. Please be whole.
Is it coming out?
I know. I don't want to break it.
Oh, it's all right.
All right. It's a slick. Wait, no, it's not.
It's a cork on it, doesn't it?
It's a 3 I. Yeah. Okay.